Hello, Algebra 1. Today we are talking about writing the equations of horizontal and vertical lines. Now, in our past unit, you already talked about graphing horizontal and vertical lines, so a lot of this is going to be review for you. Let's start off with actually drawing a horizontal and vertical line to make sure we remember what they look like. So a horizontal line looks like this, and a vertical line looks like this. So if we go ahead and plot the points here, we have 8, -2, 8, -1, 8, 0, and 8, 1. And we can see that we have a vertical line. Now, what you should notice about these is that all of the x's are 8, and that is why our equation is just x equals 8. So you should notice that we're hitting 8 on the x-axis, and that is another reason why the equation is x equals 8. Now let's go ahead and try the next one. -4, 1, -3, 1, 0, 1, and 5, 1. This, we can see, is a horizontal line. And what you should notice this time is that all of the y's are 1, and that's why our equation is y equals 1. You can also see that we have a y-intercept of 1 on the y-axis. All right, so in our last unit, we introduced the idea of Heiviks. Horizontals are y equals and verticals are x equals. That is still in play here. So the first thing we want to do is identify what type of line we have. So for example, number 3 is vertical. That automatically means we are in x equals, and we hit the x-axis at 4. And that's it. That's our equation. Number 4 is horizontal. That makes it y equals, and we hit down at -7. Number 5 is vertical, so that's an x equals, and we hit at -4. Number 6 is horizontal. This is y equals, and we hit at 8. Now, 7 and 8 are a little weird. The number that we're at is just 0. What's odd is that this line is vertical, so it's x equals 0, but what's strange is that it's actually representing the y-axis. So the equation of the y-axis is x equals 0. Likewise, for number 8, the equation of the x-axis is actually y equals 0 because the x-axis is horizontal. Now, in the past, when we've been given 2 points, we've always found the slope in order to write the equation. But that's actually not something that we have to do when we have vertical and horizontal lines. So what I want you to notice in number 9 is that you have 2 y coordinates that are both 5. That means this is the line y equals 5. And now you can go ahead and graph that just as a review from our last unit. Come up to 5 and draw your horizontal line. Number 10, you have that both of your x's are 2. And so that's your equation, x equals 2. And again, a vertical line that goes through 2 on the x-axis. All right, and finally, number 11, we have both of our y coordinates are 0. And so this is the equation y equals 0. Again, that's going to be horizontal. And that's actually the line of the x-axis. All right, so now let's do a little review of writing other equations. So number 1 of our review, we're going to write the equation of the line in point-slope form given these points. Now, what I want you to notice is that you don't have any matching x's or y's. And so that means that we are going to have to find the slope. It's a normal sort of situation. Just going backwards really quickly, if we look back at the directions for number 9, 10, and 11, it didn't specify which type of equation we should write, point slope or slope intercept. So that's kind of another hint for these types of problems that you're dealing with a vertical or horizontal. All right, so back to number 1, we're going to find our slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And again, you can label these if you find that helpful. This becomes a plus plus. I have a 25 over 5. Always simplify. Slope is 5. And now again, you can pick whichever point you want for point slope form. I'm just going to pick the first one. And now we'll do y, the opposite of our y coordinate, equals our slope, x, and the opposite of our x coordinate. And that's it. That's your answer. All right, next we're going to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, given m is 10 and b is 0, -8. Slope-intercept we know is y equals mx plus b. Since we have both of those pieces of information, we're just going to plug them straight in, like so. All right, and finally, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, given a slope of -4 and a point of -10, 2. Notice that this is not a y-intercept. It does not say 0, so we are going to go ahead and start in point slope. Y and the opposite of your y coordinate equals your slope. X and the opposite of your x coordinate. And now the most common way to move this to slope-intercept form is to go ahead and distribute. So remember that means multiplication. And then we'll just add our 2 over. And you should get this for your slope-intercept form. All right, that was a little mini review of writing equations. Tomorrow we will be reviewing, and then the next day you have your Unit 4 quiz. I hope you have a great day. Bye. Good morning, Algebra